The following video is rated PG, which may contain material that is unsuitable for younger viewers.
I feel the gravity pull and it keeps me awake. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. The memories fade, it's easing my mind. And I can finally breathe when I'm closing my eyes. I never realized what I just could do, but now I know I'm better off without you. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing. Taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy.
Hello, everybody. Sorry we kept you waiting with this song. We wanted to use that as a warm-up. But anyway, welcome to this special New Year's Eve special.
What? It's New Year's Eve already? Yup. 2024 is coming to an end, and let's just say that after everything we went through, it is time to end the year in style.
Exactly. This is also the last episode of part 1 of season 5. Which you can pretty much consider as a mid-season finale, similar to the first season.
Man, it feels so weird that Rock, Scissors, and Rigby are not in the studio. It's like we're almost short-staffed or something.
Well, we wouldn't be short-staffed once the new presenters arrive next year. So exciting!
I know, Andrea, but if Travis leaks the new presenters without permission, he'll be the one laid off. You got that?
Okay, I won't say anything.
But we are going to have a Chuckbird Plays Best of 2024 special, if that's okay with you.
Nah, it's good enough.
Anyway, in this video, we'll be celebrating the new year, and also talk about the events that happened in our podcast and outside of it in 2024. But before the news, let's have a look at the lineup.
I'm Daniel Bellinger, and you are watching the ChuckCast News. Now you may be wondering why I am presenting this news bulletin. Well, it's New Year's Eve, and we want to do something completely different. I am not going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about, but you'll get it. But anyway, let's begin.
Hello there.
Oh my god, who the hell are you? Oh god, what have I done? I just randomly changed the studio for some reason. How am I going to fix this? Oh, forget it. It looks good enough. Anyway, the class geek Supersplat, who has gained fame for his logo edits, logo remakes, and horror videos relating to him, has addressed those problems in a rare variant during an episode of Rugrats in 2002, asking many fans to stop making these videos about him, as he claims that he is getting overtired over it. We have no idea exactly if this is real, but haters would say it is fake, and it obviously is. Here's what he has to say.
Why are there so many kids? Or as I would like to call them, logo kids who keeps making these stupid logo remakes, parodies, horror remakes, or logo edits out of me. Do you know how long this has been going on for? Way longer than the existence of Saturday Night Live. Like seriously, you guys. What is it if that?
Now yeah, even though that video was meant to be a message to logo kids who keep using this logo for views, there is one particular user who is not buying it, asking Norman to stop making videos like this, as it is getting annoying. If he is watching this, if you don't like it, it's your opinion. So please stop criticizing Norman over this. End of. Eleanor Abbott. Yes, that young bunny girl you see from that one PBS Kids show. Eleanor wonders why is banned from her school musical performance because she sang a song that should never be performed. Here's a clip of that.
I put your no 4G's on the G. I tap into the bloody bottoms is on the knee.
Yeah, savage isn't it? Also, that song you just heard is not suitable for family-friendly viewing or listening. We apologize to the Eleanor wonders why fans were offended. 2024 has been quite a wild year for all of us, and there was a lot happening. We had the Summer Olympics in France, then we had Donald Trump being re-elected as President of the United States, and the release of the best-selling films of the year, like Deadpool and Wolverine, and Inside Out 2. Anxiety will not be mentioned in this video due to, well, you know what happened. But 2024 also has been quite a crazy year for the internet, as the term, brain rot, became popular, even to the point that it was named Oxford Word of the Year. Dr. Disrespect, a well-known streamer, has experienced a downfall after some nasty allegations were made against him in June, but returned 3 months later on YouTube, addressing those allegations and denying them. Nonetheless, YouTube refused to remonetize his channel, and thus, he decided to move to Rumble, which as of the time this video was made, hasn't quite happened yet. The king of YouTube, Mr. Beast, has been facing some serious allegations all this year, most notably from Dogpack404, who formerly worked with Mr. Beast, and accused him of things like faking videos, running illegal lotteries, selling fake autographs, rigging giveaways, and more. The whole scandal started with Ava Chris Tyson, whom Mr. Beast fired in July. Recently, Mr. Beast launched his reality competition show on Amazon Prime Video called Beast Games, featuring contestants competing for $5 million, the largest single prize money in reality television history. However, it was panned by everyone. Some even compared the show to Squid Game. In September, Nikocado Avocado pulled off one of the most shocking plot twists in the history of the internet, as he lost 250 pounds off his body, and claimed that the whole drama involving him being fat was a social experiment. He has not made any videos in 2 years, and during that, he posted numerous pre-recorded videos while he was losing weight. This is what he used to look like when he was fat. Yeah, it looks depressing enough. But this is what he looks now, and let's just say, he seems pretty happy after losing all that weight. Even though many people were impressed and proud of his transformation, some others were not buying it, claiming that his transformation was fake, or it was AI. However, this is not true, and it has been mostly denied by others, especially Nick himself, who did a video of him doing the apple dance, which was a viral trend at the time. and it was impossible to prove that this was pre-recorded. But it's not just Nikocado Avocado that made a comeback, so did the iconic duo of Dan TDM and Dr. Trey Araras. The new channel, Dan and Trey, focuses on them going on various adventures, and let's just say, it's just like revisiting your childhood all over again. The channel has 590,000 subscribers as of right now, which is 500,000. Nice. And who could not forget about Dan TDM's feud with other YouTubers like KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul? It all happened because of Lunchly, a product that Mr. Beast launched with KSI and Logan Paul, and Dan TDM went on to criticize them by simply stating on Twitter, "This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them," which would later spark a feud. Despite this though, I still like Dan TDM, and I think he's innocent. But what do you think? Let me hear your thoughts. G4P-TV also had a crazy year. We snapped out of the curriculum name and brought the legendary G4P-TV name back, with the old full name going at 4 Pictures, now called Galaxy 4 Productions, as part of the new era. Alex and Chloe becoming new collaborative managers of G4P-TV and G4P-TV Gaming. We launched new accounts on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram, and so many more. We also introduced some new villains that you all hate but recognize, especially this. And finally, this is the last ChuckCast news bulletin, as in January 2025, it will be replaced by G4P News, a brand new news brand delivering the latest news from G4P TV, entertainment, and much more. This will also introduce new presenters aside from Maribel Maguire. Holy crap, wow. That was a very long news bulletin. I'm sorry I wasted your time. Hopefully you skipped it halfway through. Anyway, here is the weather. Today's weather is raining tacos. Yup, we are experiencing tacos falling from out of the sky, so go outside and catch them. If this was actually real, you would scream like crazy. Anyway, thank you for watching.
Okay, that was quite unusual.
Finally. That news bulletin lasted a lot longer than we thought.
That was the longest news bulletin we ever had in this podcast. Talk about a record.
Anyway, with the news finished, it's time to look back at the events from 2024. Yes, we all know that 2024 was all about the Olympics, the scandals, and so many more. But what did 2024 mean for this podcast? Well, let's break it down. In January, when Boomerang Days and Rafflecast launched, ChuckCast aired 3 episodes a week instead of just once a week, which also saw the debut of Rigby, who won the vote to be the 4th presenter.
Which as of today, he is not in this podcast anymore.
Then, in February, we started doing weekly events for the first time, starting with the Wheel of Fortune weekly event. However, it gained some backlash because of the rigging, but it has since been resolved. Not only that, but we also did a special episode from the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida, where Red took a ride there.
Don't remind me, Chuck. I don't want to go through this crap again next year. But overall, what I remember the most was when Stella and I got married.
Yeah, it sure was a wedding to remember.
In March, we covered the Oscars, in which Carmen Mariposa stole the show. The podcast now airs on Sundays, and some new presenters like Orange, Rock, Paper, Scissors, and Courage started appearing for the first time. But who could not forget that memorable episode in which I was arrested for a crime I did not commit? I'm sure you'll remember it too. Then, moving on to April, drama started to unfold with Rex Chichiri and his mafia, along with that certain someone that I would not mention because, well, you all know who he is, and I almost ended up dead in an attempted assassination. Then, in May, we started doing road shows for the first time, which was pretty much a success. And then June came, and on June 12th, our lives were forever changed when Kif lost her life, and it was met with shock, devastation, and condemnation. But in July, things started to change. When I was in Big Brother, Stella took over the hosting temporarily, and Kendall Fox joined the podcast as Kif's replacement. This podcast also signaled the move to video podcasting for the first time ever. We originally used Riverside for the editing, but due to some issues, we switched to CapCut, which is what we still use today. Other podcasts like CeleTheater have followed suit. In August, well, not much was happening, but what did happen was Paper's staged death, and an episode featuring Stella, Red, and Orange going live action, something that was never done before.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. It was weird that Orange and I were just Angry Birds plushies of ourselves, but Norman never owned them.
Later in September, our podcast hit 100 episodes, the first such Galaxy Radio podcast to achieve that. October saw a murder mystery when Kendall Fox was murdered, but it was just part of the weekly event. Until November, that is. On November 20th, Teresa Stevens shot up our studio, killing Paper and Kendall herself, before Teresa turned the gun on herself. But November also introduced a slight change, now showing a news bulletin and weather forecasts, which would later become G4P News, and finally in December, Rock, Scissors, and Rigby left the podcast. And that's the end of the year in review. Now, it's time to get ready for 2025, and see what kind of new adventures will bring us. Anyway, it's time for the last Q&A of the year.
But before that, though, I would like to make an announcement. Beginning from today, the Q&A segment has been slightly altered. Not only you can ask questions on YouTube, but you can now ask questions on Discord as well. If you want to do this, just join G4P TV's Discord server. There, a text channel called Question Requests for ChuckCast can be found. So, feel free to ask any questions on Discord in case you want to. But anyway, here is the first question. Luke Bergen asks, who do you think would win in a fight, Thomas Hill from Families, or Jamie Hudson?
Oh, I don't know, I can't decide.
This is going to be by far the toughest showdown in history, since Superman vs. Batman.
Brian Animates asks, hey guys, will you guys miss me asking questions in this podcast?
Yeah, we do. It's such a shame you have to let go.
Chuck, what do you think about me not asking questions on ChuckCast?
Depressing. Even more depressing if we suffer a lack of questions for this podcast, or worse, having no questions at all entirely.
Yeah, especially after Enigo Animate got banned.
And now, here comes the last question of 2024. Or, Brian Animates' last question in this podcast. Do you guys prefer being in Nyíregyháza or Nyírtosh?
Well, Nyírtosh is okay, I guess.
Or we could just move to Budapest in a luxury mansion.
I wish we could, but we can't. We just have to accept a new life in a rural village. That's it. Anyway, that's the end of the Q&A, but if you want to submit more questions, leave them in the comments below, or submit them on Discord as well, as Rob mentioned. Now, it is time for the
Stop what you're doing right now, you pieces of shit!
Oh no. Not again.
What are you doing here? You are not invited to the New Year's Eve party.
Fuck the party, young man. I have something to say to you.
And what's that?
Stay the hell away from Anxiety and Joseph Stevens.
Excuse me?
You heard. You keep treating Anxiety like she was a bully victim, and you drove her to insanity. In fact, even Joseph started drinking for weeks because of his wife's death, and you were the reason that she was dead.
That's not true. We've got nothing to do with killing Teresa. She committed suicide, remember?
Liar. You drove her to suicide, and now her husband is driving himself to pure madness because of you.
Now hold on. Do you actually believe that we were the reason that we put Joseph Stevens in this kind of misery?
Exactly. Chuck never liked Anxiety. In fact, he never did.
That's because she and Travis were involved in a bank robbery, just weeks before the whole—
Anxiety is innocent. She would never hurt anyone. I know for a fact she has PTSD, but she is not a criminal.
Innocent! You actually think that Anxiety is innocent? What is wrong with you?
But what about the events that happened in Minecast? Anxiety hired those hitmen to try to kill Milton, Graham, and Zoe, but failed. Why did she orchestrate all of this?
I'll tell you why. It's because back in 2020, Chuck killed Joseph's ex-girlfriend, Angie Hilliard.
What? That's not true. I didn't even kill that woman.
Don't lie to me, moron. I saw the proof on the documents I've been researching in the workshop next to the house. I'm not stupid.
This is crazy. Why are you accusing Chuck over a crime he did not commit?
Look, I can explain. What happened with Angie was just an accident. She was crazy. She was drunk. And it is believed that she was frauding people for money, just like Joseph. She fell down the stairs, but I didn't push her. The police didn't arrest me. They just let me go because they understood that it was an accident, or self-defense. God knows what. I'm sorry.
Chuck, it's okay. No matter what you did in the past, you are still a good person, and your family knows that.
What the actual fuck? You're actually defending this person. A murderer who is presenting this podcast and playing video games 24/7.
Shuckbird is not a murderer. He's innocent. He has a wife. Why are you doing this to him?
But what about Sylvia Benjamin? She is another ex-girlfriend of Joseph, and she too was also part of a frauding syndicate. Chuck ran her over and didn't care about her dying, and it happened 2 years after Angie's death.
Jesus Christ.
You killed those two women that Joseph has been dating?
I had no choice. Blue. Joseph brainwashed those women, and it was the right thing to do.
What do you mean that was the right thing to do? The right thing to kill Angie and Sylvia? That is just cruel and utter bullshit.
All right, that's it. I've heard enough. Get out of our studio right now before I...
Let me finish, you bastard. Do you know what's worse than all of this? The yellow verse does not exist. Yep, it's the truth. This universe never existed. It's a bloody joke. Chuck and his family only decided to be part of this channel just to get famous and get more views. But what did they deserve? Nothing. They deserve nothing at all, and they are a mistake. Chuck Bird is a murderer, Orange Bird is fake, and everyone who is part of this universe is a lie. The shorts Chuck and his family are involved in are cringe as shit, the streams were god-awful, and his Let's Play videos are not even real at all. I mean, what kind of human beings are you?
Fine. You know what those documents say about me is not true and a lie. I'm going to tell Terrence and shred those documents.
No! Don't you dare shred those documents. I'm warning you.
Why? What are you going to do? You'll kill me?
Chuck, don't.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? A well-known celebrity who plays video games and does podcasts for views. You are a fake person, Chuck. You never won Big Brother, you were never part of G4P TV, and you are a disgrace to all those people watching this podcast.
Hey, don't you dare talk to him like that.
I swear to God that if anything happens to Anxiety, or Joseph, all of you and all these people from the Yellow Verse will be brutally dead. And no, we are not bluffing. We seriously do mean it, and this is your last chance. You got that?
Okay, we hear you. Just please don't kill us. We'll do anything.
Then you better watch your back, kid, because there is no detour or a shortcut to this problem.
Well, wow. That was really freaky.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, let's ignore the drama and play the last Gametime of the year. Hello, Steven.
Hello.
Well, can you believe that you're the last contestant to play this year?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Anyway, Steven, here is a quiz relating to 2024. If you get all the questions right, you will win a ticket for the New York ball drop. Okay, here we go. When was the last leap year held?
2020.
Correct. Next question. Who was the winner of the 2024 U.S. presidential election? A. Donald Trump, or B. Kamala Harris?
It's obviously Donald Trump because I watched it on the news about that.
That's also correct. Now let's move on to the next question. In which month was the 2024 Paris Olympics kicked off?
July 26th.
Very good. Alright, we are running out of time, so here is the last question, and it's a true or false one. Nicocado Avocado claims that his weight loss was fake. True or false?
I don't know. I haven't seen it before. But I guess it counts as false, right?
Indeed it is. Congratulations. You have won the ticket for the New Year ball drop.
Now. I've never seen the ball drop in my life. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And Happy New Year. But anyway guys, this is now the end of the last ChuckCast episode of 2024. I mean, wow, this episode was way longer than usual, but who cares? But anyway, we'll be back in 2025 with new presenters, new topics, and more. I hope you all enjoyed watching our episodes in 2024, but the fun will continue next year. So, join us for more adventures. Anyway, good night everyone, and Happy New Year.
This video is a part of G4P's CeleTheater. Make your own party where a new year has to come.